Coach, here with Coach Laverty, catcher Cooper Ford, and winning pitcher Max Banks. Coach, we'll start with you. Your thoughts on a long day and a bit of a up and down for you guys. We're going to talk about first how you guys bounced back from that loss and the second game to come out and come away from this regional.
Yeah, wow. I mean, first and foremost, Pomona-Pitzer, I mean, what a terrific season that they had. They've got bright things ahead of them. What a great young team they had. Cal Lutheran Kingsmen, Pacific Boxers, what a regional. We all knew that it was going to be a tough regional, and to be the one coming out of it is special because these are four really good teams that's not comparable across the country. So, that first game, hey. They're a good team and they're a good hitting team, and we made some mistakes, and then they took advantage of getting the hits when they needed to, and broke that game open. It was good for us to get some runs and kind of cut back into that to get our offense going. And then we knew, hey, I mean, okay, we lost the first one, but we still got another one to go, and we felt really good. Max was feeling good, healthy again, and did as big a job as you could do, and especially as a first-year player, and to be the winning pitcher of a regional championship game, pretty special. So.
Obviously, two guys next to you had a big time, but another couple of players that I think deserve mentioning: Drew Litwin with his bat today, and Josh Phillips. He's been off for 2 months.
Yeah.
And you inserted him today, and comes up with 2 home runs, kind of picks up right where we left off. What can you say about those 2 guys?
Yeah.
In particular, that really give you a boost today.
Yeah, I mean, Drew's just had a really good season all year long, swinging the bat. He worked hard, in the weight room. Most people don't think that much, but he's just had a really good season offensively. And then Josh, coming off his surgery, off his broken hamate, he's been practicing the last week to 10 days, starting to swing the bat well, and the opportunity came to try and get him some ABs to see where he was at. And like you said, he kind of picked up where he left off. It was a big boost. And then this guy right here, hitting that first inning home run, that ball's tanked into the wind. That ball was crushed, Coop. I was afraid that was a Hart Park out, because he tanked it and it goes right into the wind, and the guy runs underneath it. But he really put a good stroke on it, and that was a big start to the game.
Coop, you had that first inning home run. How big was that for you to come out and kind of put that game behind you that you guys just experienced and be able to start that one on a good note, especially coming out as the visiting team?
Yeah, we knew, especially after that game 1, it was important to score early and score often. I'm glad I could be the one to do that. And I think it was easy to set. I think that set the tone for the rest of the game, and that was an important at bat right there.
You were behind the plate for that first game, obviously, and then Max comes out and completely flips the script on the lineup. So what do you see that was the difference between Max?
Yeah, I mean,
to be able to come out and shut those guys down that were on fire.
Yeah, I can't say enough about Max over here. To be out for a couple weeks, nurse an injury, and then come back in the biggest game of the year and pitch like that, I mean, that just speaks to his character, speaks to his talent. And I'm going to be gone next year, but it's going to be exciting to see where he is in a couple years. It's been really fun to catch him. And when he's on like that, it makes my job so much easier. I just sit back there, does it right where I put it. So it's great. It's great.
You came out in the first game, and your home run helped a little bit, but it seemed like the energy was up in the dugout almost immediately from the first pitch on. How did you guys flip it around and flush that one down to come out and kind of start grading?
We wanted it. That's it. We wanted it.
And Max, you took the ball, and obviously the biggest spot definitely of your Chapman career and maybe of your pitching career. What were your thoughts going into that game and knowing that those guys were already on fire and you had a tough job ahead of you to try to get them out?
Yep, just had to go out there and compete, do what I could, coming off an injury. I didn't have a lot of innings the last few weekends, but coming out today, just knew I had to compete and bring the energy and just execute pitches, and I think I did that all right.
Coming into Chapman, the program, obviously you've seen the success that they've had recently. You come in as a freshman and you get the ball in a huge spot. What does that mean to the coaching staff's confidence in you and the confidence in yourself to go out and get the outs?
It's everything. I think knowing that the coaches have my back and want to send me out there in a game like that, in a game where win or go home, means a lot, and I'm glad that they have that confidence in me and that I was able to earn that confidence.
How about Duke's home run in the first inning and him behind the plate and handling you guys all weekend long. It's a long weekend to get up and down. I get him as a catcher. So, what can you say about him and his ability to get it done kind of on both ends of the field?
I mean, it was huge. I think people underestimate how hard it is to catch almost every inning of 4 games in a weekend. That's very hard to do. So that was huge, and he was able to step up with his bat too and give us some energy early that carried us through.
Dylan was able to get out. We'll go back to you for last. You had the confidence in Dylan to kind of, he had a little bit of a high pressure inning in the 8th, and he sent it back out in the 9th, and he battled through, and he was able to get that last out. So you had the trust in him to go back out and get it done, and he did. Well, how did it feel for him to get that last out and kind of battle through the adversity?
Yeah, well, again, I mean, you're talking about a great team, a good fastball hitting team, and they were excited after being off balance a little bit, and Dylan left a couple balls there that they could hit, and they got on a roll a little bit. But he's our guy. I mean, we were gonna win or lose with him. I mean, that was we set everything up perfect, and we'll do it. And if we would lost, that'd have been all right. I mean, that's the way it goes sometimes against a good team. But we knew that we felt good that Dylan was going to settle down, and got out of the 8th, and then got out of the 9th. Making and again, it's one thing, that catch that Kai makes in left field, sets it up, and then Dylan makes some better pitches and gets outs, and then gets one of the freshman newcomer of the year and Isaac Kim, on a strikeout, and so it was going to be his game all the way.
Have you sat back and maybe taken back the fact that Cooper's never played a SCAG tournament game anywhere besides Hart Park, because you guys have been winning the conference every year?
Yeah.
Your seniors have never done that, and here you are with your second regional championship in 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And then one season you played half of the one, and you still tried to go out and compete with teams that had done a whole one. So,
yeah.
And you got deep into that tournament. So have you sat back and really reflected on how this program is rolling and the state of where it's at as you kind of go into the next super regional?
Well, I mean, it's a little indicative of Chapman in itself, the institution that we have going on, the fine academic, standards that are being brought forth, and what all these guys are doing, the good people that they are. Credit to the players. Hopefully we're just kind of helping put them in a position to be successful. That's the coach's job, and we've had a good group on a good roll here, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Similar question to you, Cooper. I mean, have you sat back and really reflected on that at all? That you guys have kind of just been the class of the SCIAC, obviously a conference that's super tough. These 3 teams are in this tournament here in the NCAA tournament, but you guys still end up on top of it year after year. Have you sat back and really reflected on what that means and the legacy that you're leaving behind?
I mean, I think it just comes down to a championship culture. It's something that I came into when I was a freshman. Obviously, my freshman year we won it all. But it started before that too. Like the guys, the seniors, my freshman year, they ingrained that in us, and I'm just doing my best to do the same thing for these freshmen like Max here. So hopefully it keeps going like that.
Well, good luck at Super Regional, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.